Y'all have to forgive me, I do not have a speech or written anything. I left from work, found out about the meeting, and came straight here. So I am still in my scrubs from work today, so you guys will just have to forgive me on that. Like he said, I do have 3 children. I have one that actually goes to Bluff City Elementary with Miss Nestor. I have a child in Sullivan East Middle School, and I also have a child in Sullivan East High School. I am a single mother most of the week. My husband works out of town, and there is a limited supply of extra people in my village to supply rides and care for my children. We do the best we can, and that's what we do. I have 2 options getting my children to school now that my daughter is in the new middle school. The bus runs by my home at 6:20 in the morning, which makes my 12-year-old child, my 15-year-old, he's a little bit bigger, we're gonna give him a pass. My 12-year-old would have to get up at 5:45 in the morning, get on the bus at 6:20, get driven to school. Okay, they get home at almost 4 o'clock. That's a 10-hour day for a 12-year-old child. I'm 35 years old and I don't do a 10-hour day most days. And they're expected to provide great attendance and great grades and make Sullivan County look great on those papers and those TCAP scores. So me being a mother, I may coddle them, I may make them, you know, baby them, whatever you want to say, but I make the decision for my family and for myself to get them to school by driving them, to avoid them getting up so early in the morning. I want them to have some rest. They do have extracurricular activities that keeps them out late at night, and you know, that isn't, you know, they stay out later sometimes. So I leave my home at 7 a.m., drive my high schooler to school, drive my other child to middle school. Takes me 45 minutes to an hour, we're gonna say. I get back to my house around 8 a.m. By that time, my elementary schooler has missed the bus. So that means I drive him to school as well. All the while, I've gotten myself up at 6 a.m., gotten myself ready for work, driving everybody to school, drive myself to work at Kingsport, 30 minutes away. So before I even get to work, I've been driving for 2 hours, and I work locally. So they get home late, and I understand the buses is a situation, and I get all of that. However, prior to all of these changes, my child got up at 7:30 a.m., started school at 8:40 a.m., and now it's an hour and 40 minutes difference that she's starting school. And that's a huge change for a small child. And my child isn't even special needs. Those kids is a completely different ballgame. The slightest change in their morning schedule or their morning time could bring havoc on the day for their teachers, their aides, their parents, after school. It's a huge nightmare. And they have, I'm sure it is. And I work with those kids, I work in pediatrics, so I know. Then you have the kids who are in totally different classrooms when they go to the middle school. They started half the year with one math teacher that teaches completely different, and now they're in a new school with a brand new teacher that teaches them completely different, but yet they're expected to still produce the same grades that they were doing previous to the Christmas break. So they are in a total new school, new schedule, new changes, new everything, new teachers, and now that's added stress on those children that they have to do all of these things all at the same time. They're little, and I know this is going to be great in the long run, but our children are paying the price for the children it's going to benefit. It's going to benefit my 4th grader, I'm sure. It'll be great for him. My 6th grader, not so much. Today, I received, this is the letter that got sent home to our kids today, telling us all about the school time changes. My 12-year-old wrote on the back of this paper, "I am so, so, so sorry. Mom, I wish there was a bigger word for sorry." Do you know why she's apologizing to me? It's because I have to do so much to get her to school, that it is affecting her this much, that she is writing me a letter and leaving it and saying that she's sorry for something that's not even her fault. So then I tell her, "It's okay, sweetheart. It's not your fault. Don't worry about it." But then I am talking my child down and bringing her from a stressful situation that should have never happened. The schedule should have been set. The decision should have been made. whether it was in January or August or whatever day it was gonna be made. I understand there are problems and everybody's working really, really hard, and honestly, as parents, we appreciate all the hard work. However, again, our children are paying the price for all of these solutions that we're getting right now. And I know that you guys are doing the best that you can to do that. However, the added stress on our children and the added stress on parents. I'm a working mom. My boss was wonderful and changed my schedule to allow me to come to work at 9 a.m. Originally, I was supposed to be there at 8:30 a.m. There is absolutely no way under the sun that I would be able to do that. To provide to be a good mom and to be a good employee. Everybody wants to try to balance both of those. It's concerning with all of it. And I know that, you know, everything that I say probably is not going to be a huge deal, and there's not a whole lot of other parents here that can, you know, speak their mind about it, but this is heartbreaking that you come home to that. So I just want you all to know that it is affecting them. They're little, and life is hard for them. Life is hard in middle school. It wasn't like middle school and school now is not like it was when we were little. And I'm 35 years old, so I mean, school was different when I was little, and now it's completely different for them. And the anxiety and stress level that you see in children now is off the chart. And I work in pediatrics. I see these children on a daily basis. In fact, my own child, my oldest child, you know, has been through things like that. And I know that you all can't solve all the problems, but this is important. This is really important because they're little kids. And I appreciate you letting me talk to you guys and you hearing me out. And I hope that everything kind of works out for the best for everybody.
Thank you. Even though there's not a lot of people here, I know I've talked to a lot of people, Dr. Cox, and probably everybody on the board's talked to a lot of people, and we do pay attention. We can't do everything you want or please you in every way or make every change, but we do. We've made a lot of changes this week based on phone calls and requests from people. Thank you for coming to speak. Feel free. One of the things I've noticed, and I meant to mention in my opening remarks, is one of the things that we've got to do better is to know how to communicate. When a lot of people kind of reach out to the wrong party, directly contact us through the director or any of the board members. A lot of communication I got second and third hand, and I had to contact people that way. Feel free to directly contact us. Our numbers are on the websites. And that was my plan for tomorrow. Well, and then I'm very glad you come, and I'm going to give you the option before you leave if you want to. Well, that you can call me directly. Thank you so much.
Thank you.